Yo guys, what's good? This is Toxic World Gaming. Today I'm going to be playing Revenge of the Flying Dutchman at 80% for my License-a-thon 2023 submission. This game's playable on GameCube, Wii, and PS2. Although if you play on PS2, it's kind of the lottery. The game can randomly crash. I'm playing on Wii, and the only emulator allowed, I believe, is Dolphin. So yeah. I'm estimating that this is going to take 2 hours and 5 minutes. A run will probably be around 1 hour 42 minutes, but just in case everything goes wrong, because there's a lot of tricks that can lose a lot of time, I'm estimating 2 hours and 5 minutes. So timer starts when I press A here, so here we go. The beginning of this game is honestly quite boring. The first 3.5 minutes is literally just cutscenes. We collect underwear, or we collect pants, and pick up a stick, and that's all we do for 2.5 minutes.
What a silly
SpongeBob's gonna wake up.
Mr. Krabs had to close the Krusty Krab.
There's a bunch of subplots in this game. Of course, from the title, you can assume the main plot has something to do with the Dutchman, and you'd be right. The Dutchman basically, SpongeBob's stupid, doesn't know how to read, and he accidentally releases the Dutchman. And the Dutchman releases like a bunch of money out into the world. And you basically have to go around finding treasures to try and trap him in the bottle again. So this whole cutscene's like extremely long, but you can basically see like SpongeBob's stupid. Gary doesn't get the stick. That's another thing.
There's something written on it.
Look at how he thinks danger do not open is. Donut open or else? Like, okay, bruh. Something you'll notice in this game is that the characters are extremely out of character for what you'd expect. For what we do listen to, there's not too much of the dialogue we do listen to. But this one cutscene, you can kind of see SpongeBob. It's revealed that Squidward has a cousin in this game. And Larry is just super rude to SpongeBob. So, yeah, that's kind of how this game goes.
Sorry about that. Just hop right back into your bottle and we'll bury you back out in the yard so you can...
Silence! I'll not return.
And see, the Dutchman isn't having it.
And what's this? You've gotten into
Cutscene's, it's about halfway over.
I hate it when someone messes with my doubloons. Now, what should
There's a bunch of cutscenes in this game that we can skip. So in each level you can get tiles to spell out SpongeBob. When you get all the tiles, you're sent to a special treasure area. And in that treasure area, we can skip having to watch a bunch of cutscenes because when you collect the treasure, we can like pause on a certain frame. And that interrupts the cutscene and we can save over it. And it acts like we watched the cutscene and we're outside SpongeBob's house.
Technically speaking, it was not me who found you.
We're outside the treasure area, I should say.
Ooh, that's a relief. This little varmint
If we don't get them, then we get to get gross things from treasure and watch people get kidnapped.
No, not Gary. That's not what I meant. Take me.
I think there's only one person we have to watch get kidnapped by default, and that's Mr. Krabs. There's no treasure to skip from Mr. Krabs. He just kind of gets kidnapped.
Don't worry,
But yeah, here we go.
I'll think of something, and it'll be the type of something that will
I'm
save
gonna exit
you.
SpongeBob's house.
You can bet on it.
And this beginning part is just a bunch of platforming. The next like 3 minutes is just platforming. And then we go into the first treasure skip, and you'll see what I mean. This first treasure skip is kind of annoying to miss. It's not the end of the world, but it is kind of annoying. But we're gonna collect some coins and jellyfish on the way. There's a costume system in this game, although it's like rarely used. We're gonna clear the thing on top of Patrick's house. There's a jellyfishing costume, a regular costume that we have now, Reef Blower and Mermaid Man. We literally never use Mermaid Man. Reef Blower is only used for 2 tasks in the game. For speedruns, it's used a lot more in casual play. And then there's the jellyfishing costume, and we use that for most of the game. We also use this costume quite a bit. This is like when we're going between levels or something. But yeah, so get used to hearing this music. This is like the most annoying music, but it's the only music you hear for like most of the game. And for whatever reason, that blue jellyfish was just over there. There's pink jellyfish, blue jellyfish, red jellyfish, and yellow jellyfish, and greens. The greens, you have to sneak up on them to catch them, but we abuse that system, of course. Pinks are on a cycle, and then the reds, the blues, and the yellows, I'm not too sure. I think that they're random movement, but I could be completely wrong on that. So we're into the Krusty Krab. Basically, you can catch almost all the green jellyfish without sneaking up on them, because the developers forgot you could jump. That's kind of cool. There's a cycle with this pink jellyfish that I just missed. So I have to go catch him. And then this guy, he's kind of hanging out. So you can see, like, we're gonna catch that green jellyfish. Now we're on to the puzzle. So how this game works is you get all the tiles, you go into a puzzle, then we're in the treasure area, and we either skip the cutscene or we watch the cutscene. So of course we want to try and skip every cutscene, except for the last one. The last one will soft lock you if you skip it. There's also not really a use in skipping it, as nothing really happens. This shows you where the treasure is. Of course, because I've ran this game a lot, I know where they all are, but... Alright, so we're gonna go get the chest. It's right over here. It's actually very close to where we spawn. I got the cutscene skip, so we save and we load. If you can't get to the saving screen and you instead watch the cutscene, you were too late. If you respawn and you're still Treasure Bob, you were early. And if you're regular SpongeBob, you got it, so. You can also tell whenever the game loads, there's like a little flash where it has like the Dutchman treasure thing, and that's another way to know you got it. We walk back to the Krusty Krab, where we're gonna see Mr. Krabs is kind of depressed, which, if you remember back to the first dialogue in the game, he had like a dream, SpongeBob had a dream that Mr. Krabs was gonna have to get rid of the Krusty Krab. And apparently that's going to be a thing if they don't start a business downtown. So you go up to your Mr. Krabs and you're like, why don't we bring the Krusty Krab to them? So he gives you a bus ticket to downtown. And he's just like, meet me downtown. That's where we have to go. So we're exiting the Krusty Krab. Going downtown. This is the first area, I guess I should say. Even though Bikini Bottom, the hub world's the first area, but here we go. We get a cutscene about a bus stop, and boom. Downtown's actually really dark in this game. I don't know if you know from the show, but downtown's usually like not bright, but it's daytime most of the time, and it actually looks okay. But look at this. It's like dark and cookie cutter.
where the streets never end and the buildings just go on and on and on.
Something you'll notice about this game too is that most of these levels are just blocked off by walls. So this is actually a really good level for them to make. But it's so generic. Yeah, okay, I forgot I was supposed to go this way, but there's a trick called goon jump we're about to do. So you have very limited movement, so we have to jump to go faster and when we hold the deliveries. But we get on top of this goon and we jump to get a tile. Easy. And we come back over here, get the jellyfishing costume. And we deliver the first delivery, get 2 jellyfish, die in the sewers. And then we're back at Mr. Krabs when we do this. So Mr. Krabs goes to the construction site. We get 2 more jellyfish. Honestly, downtown is like my least favorite part of the run. Because we're basically just doing a fetch quest of like a bunch of orders. Anyways. We're on to the construction site. We're delivering to Foreman. There's a pretty cool platforming section here. Yeah, the next part's even better. Like, High Rise is probably one of my most favorite parts of the run. But the game kind of lags here. You can kind of see there's like a bunch of dust and particles. But we want to get all the money. You can see we can kind of catch this green jellyfish by crouch jumping. Then we have to crouch jump here. 3. Select the tile, and then we go down and drown. And then we get the second order. Second order goes to the other foreman that's on like the other side. And we grab a bunch of coins. Then we drown again. A very common thing in this area is just like you drown a lot. Now we go talk to Patrick. If we go on the right side of that little pole I just passed, then you can lag the game even more. The camera also kind of freaks out, but that's, eh. If we're on cycle, there should be a pink jellyfish we can catch. That's like close enough. Yeah, it's right here. Which I just took damage from it, unfortunately, but yeah, I didn't get it there, but it should come back around. This pink jellyfish has like the longest cycle ever. Anyways. We have to drop boulders into a target for some reason. And just catch more jellyfish and collect more coins. It's a very common occurrence in this game. It's just collect coins, collect jellyfish. Okay, so we're dropping these things in. We crouch jump here, wait for it to rise, a tile appears. Now we have to get a jellyfish. So boom. Now we can come over here and there's 2 more one more jellyfish. I almost said 2. And then we're out of this area. So now we're on to High Rise. High Rise is probably my favorite part of the game, like I said. Just because there's so many cycles and so much platforming, and it's kind of a very interesting part of the game to watch. So, we ride this jellyfish. You have to wait a lot at the beginning, but then it gets better. So you're gonna see there's gonna be a whole lot that we do now, so catch a green, catch a green, catch a pink. We should be able to catch this pink jellyfish too. Jump up here. Get onto this chair. We're just making our way up. There's 3 deliveries in High Rise, which they give you a lot more houses than that, which kind of sucks. But catch some jellyfish. This first part was actually done really well, so now we come back down here. We have to go to the other side now for apartment 4. We have to stay before a certain line because you can actually checkpoint there. And if we die after we checkpoint there, then it kind of loses time walking back. So we'd just rather not. This part's really neat. I really like doing this section of the platforming. There's a plant with like really weird collision there. It's just green. We're on a good cycle. You can see the jellyfish going up. It comes back down. If we miss the cycle, then we lose about 15 seconds. We don't want that to happen. But you can see we made the cycle. We jump off. Deliver this. Die. Talk to Mr. Krabs. He's going to tell you to go back to the business district. So we're going to catch this jellyfish. And we're going back in here. So that was almost a gold segment. Like, that was really good. So now we're back into the business district. This is like the most boring part. We have like the most exciting part followed by the most boring part of the run. Kind of weird if you ask me. There's some jellyfish we catch. I guess it's like the one thing making this kind of fun. Is that we catch a jellyfish on the way while delivering orders. This first one, 88 Albatross Avenue. We kind of made jokes about it some time ago. If you remember Shift's Let's Play, 88 Albatross was kind of like a big meme. We don't need a jellyfish here, we just die in the sewers. 24 Seashell. We can actually just like go around here. I almost went the other way, but you can see the camera kind of freaks out a lot in this area. We're almost there. This timer's really lenient. So you can, unless you're like a kid that doesn't know anything, you're gonna be getting this first try. Catch this jellyfish, which made me take damage. Bruh. Alright. And Stormy Way. We passed this actually when we were going to 24 Seashell. It's this one that's kind of indented for whatever reason. And then we catch 2 greens. And we die again. And then we want to go to 11 Seashell. And this kind of starts the Among Us section of the game. So, throughout some of this, you're delivering orders. Patrick thinks he's getting real orders when he actually has like the imposter Mr. Krabs. The imposter Mr. Krabs is just like a robot that Plankton built. So, he runs back to Bikini Bottom. After we catch the jellyfish and talk to Mr. Krabs, we actually see him again. And then, basically, this unlocks like the rest of the plot about Plankton going to jellyfish fields and opening up an amusement park named Chum World. There we go. Going back to Bikini Bottom. We're forced to watch this little cutscene here about Mr. Krabs getting kidnapped by the Dutchman. And then we're on to Tree Dome. So, there's a lot of tricks over the next like 3 minutes of the run. The first thing is Tree Dome early. Out of bounds walls are kind of whack in this game, as you're going to see quite a few times. And we're going to abuse that. So we're going to clip out of bounds by crouch jumping and forcing ourselves out. And that's going to allow us to go into the Sandy fight early, or I guess the first Sandy fight early. And we're going to fight her. Then there's a little skip we can do at the end of the Sandy fight. It's kind of dumb and it doesn't happen every run. But if it does, it saves like 5 seconds. And then there's also a cutscene skip that we do. If we get it, great. If not, oh well. It does save like a minute and a half, but it's kind of dumb as well. Not really like a really good visual cue, but not like the worst thing ever. We're gonna go into this corner, crouch jump, and you're gonna see the camera freaks out and it forces us through, and we're into Tree Dome. This is the first part of Tree Dome early, don't worry. We get respawned, and we can't just walk up to the Tree Dome and Sandy's there. No, no, no. We have to do another skip. So, we're gonna get through this fight, and then I'll explain what the trick is. We just want to get boxes until we get to 25. At 25, we're gonna keep taking damage from her until the match ends. And she's so dead set on like killing us that she just keeps attacking us. She doesn't keep trying to go for boxes to beat us in the game. She just keeps like trying to attack us, and we're invincible, so kind of funny. This might be early. We'll see what happens. It's kind of RNG how long she takes to attack you, and it's very annoying. But I think this is good. If she attacks us at 4, then we're okay. She's attacking us late, so this is bad. We're not gonna get it. We were slightly late. Alright, so now we're going on to the cutscene skip. This one is extremely annoying. Basically, there's an overlap between the death zone and the cutscene trigger, and if we get into that very specific area, then we can skip a cutscene through overlapping and talking to Squidward, which I don't know why Squidward's over there, but he is. So Patrick over there, that's where the cutscene is. We have to do some little traversing out of bounds. Boom. We're gonna take damage. Let the camera settle down. Take damage. I didn't get the skip, so you can see we have to watch the cutscene. This is like a subplot of the game.
But all those people who ordered food told
So it's okay we didn't get this, by the way. It's not like the end of the world.
Worthless lackey! I mean, that's okay. Others will soon phone in their orders and will be ready and waiting to intercept.
But you can kind of see, like, Patrick is dumb and is kind of listening to an imposter, but it's Plankton, of course. And this explains a lot of the game and where a lot of this stuff comes from.
Worthless lackey too?
Now I'm really confused, Patrick.
Here we go.
Why would Mr. Krabs try to put
You're gonna
himself
see the
on
timer
business?
kind of count up.
Because he's a worthless lackey?
Enough! Enough!
We'll probably be behind the latest run, but it's fine. So you can see it kind of just destroys itself when Plankton gets mad.
Of course, you nattering nincompoops. Who else has the intellect to mastermind such a plan? I would have succeeded too if it weren't for your utter incompetence.
For you meddling kids, it's not a Scooby-Doo reference. Sad.
Let's face it, Plankton. Evil does not pay, or even get very good tips. Your days of impersonating Mr.
It's the
Krabs are
impersonating
over.
imposter, kind of funny. Haha, sus.
But I don't need a disguise to separate your crabby boss from his fortune. Behold, the great.
Look at his eye during this. Chum World. It's like the best cutscene in the game, the best line.
Now I'm off to Jellyfish Fields to watch the invertebrates get tangled in nets of torture. Ta-ta!
I hate to admit it, but that chum world looks kind of fun.
They make the eyes of the characters get big a lot in this game.
Where did Plankton say he was going?
But he's going to Jellyfish Fields. We're gonna go there later. We get control back. And we get to go talk to Squidward now. What he's gonna tell us is, I think about his cousin. He's having a garage sale. So we have to get this quote unquote acorn, which isn't an acorn, but oh well. And we have to actually clip back out of bounds in the same area to get back to Tree Dome. We don't do the same trick because we need the acorn. This is extremely bad, just terrible. But you move the stick to like clip and bounds. So you pick the thing up and you immediately have to like move the stick. And you can see I'm out of bounds again. And this wall's kind of hard to get across. It's gonna take me a second to get across this. If I could remember where the wall is, that'd be great. But alright, so now we have to clip in, go, hello, clip in, SpongeBob. Alright, here we go. On to Tree Dome. So this area, it seems kind of boring upon first watch, but there's actually a lot going on here. We're throwing acorns into little holes because Sandy's Tree Dome is leaking.
I love visiting Sandy in her tree dome. Where else in Bikini Bottom can you worry about dying from all this air?
The most boring section of the game, quite literally, is in this area as well, but I think that the acorn stuff is actually quite interesting. And so we pick up acorns and we throw them, and this game has like a really good aimbot, as you're gonna see, because you can like completely miss and the acorns will still like go into the hole. We basically sit here and do nothing. We have to stay on top of the wheel for a minute. And once we stay on top of the wheel for a minute, we get this tile, which, by the way, no. You cannot clip inside that. We've tried as many things as we can, and we can't clip into that. It's literally impossible at this current time. Even TAS doesn't do it. You have to like be on top of this during the TAS. Go. We're almost done. We're gonna go into that changing tit and get the jellyfishing costume. Because again, this is the only area without jellyfish. You're gonna see why in just a minute. So we want to get some coins, and we're gonna go and throw this acorn. So do some trick shots. That one missed. Sometimes you think that these shots should like hit and then they just miss, and when you think they should miss, sometimes they just hit. Like that one I thought was gonna hit for sure. Okay, so this one we have to jump. Get up, jump. We go into the fountain because there's a tile there. We're gonna come back here. Jump and throw that. We can just like throw this one, which my angle was just a little bit off there. You could look at that aimbot, just literally so terrible. Over here, that, this acorn. That. Get some coins. This acorn, throw it. And then one more acorn. Also, kind of a weird thing. Your movement speed isn't reduced when you collect the acorns, but it is when you get the orders in like downtown. So we're gonna pick up this little thing and give it to Sandy. She's gonna go put her rake up, and then she's gonna like shake the thing. Which, bad idea, never shake the thing. Go. Goes back into the tree dome. And this is where the fun stuff starts. So basically, bees and wasps, I can't say that word correctly, but they took over the tree dome. And we have to catch them. And we have to collect coins while doing so. This is why there's no jellyfish here. Also because it's Sandy's tree dome, but here we go. Collect some coins. We're gonna have about 75 coins when we exit this area. That's at least what I hope we have. Here. I'm gonna collect this stack. Then there's a hive here, and we're gonna slam this hive. And that hive is gonna fall. But we just die, and now we go back down. And there's more stuff to catch down here. So we're just wandering around the tree dome. We're not doing anything too interesting, you know. First guy right here. Catch him. I catch them all. Like and subscribe if you know where that's from. Catch the second guy. We need 100 coins. That's our goal by the end of this area. Which we're gonna go up here. And then immediately... I missed the jump. This jump's not that bad, but like I did miss it. Get a tile. Up here, boom. We need 97 coins at the end of this. Because in the second Sandy fight that you're gonna see, we can just get 3 more. Solid segment. Alright, second Sandy fight coming up. We get to watch Sandy walk all the way up to Tree Dome back to her room. And we fight her in her room for some reason. Don't ask me why. But watch this. Pro gamer moves. She's just like running up. So here we go. Just a bunch of crouch jumps to get up to the area. Here we are. We have 100 coins. The record for me here is 45. Since we don't have to get hit by her, I just keep like taking out all the barrels. I think I've gotten 46 or 47 here before. It's kind of annoying. There's a barrel that can literally like never die that spawns. It takes like 10 hits to kill the barrel. I'm not going to be attacking a barrel that just doesn't die. Okay, so yeah, we literally just like do this for a minute. Yeah, you can see that barrel almost didn't die. We're at 38. I don't think we're going to beat the record here. Unless we get lucky. 44. You can see we're going into the second puzzle and the second treasure chest. So what we do, there's a puzzle and then there's a cycle that we come up on here. It's not super difficult to get. I'm like 99% sure I'm gonna get it. Which also, there's RNG in these puzzles that can lose 1 second. I think I got the bad RNG there. There's like 4 different puzzles you can get. In this puzzle, you got to listen to Sandy be really annoying, but... So here we go. We're gonna go collect the little puzzle now. Or the treasure. There's a cutscene skip here. I may or may not get this one. If I do, awesome. If not, oh well. Like I said, each cutscene skip loses about a minute. So we get here, crouch jump. That was the cycle. I believe I got that, so that's pretty huge. Yeah, I got that. There's a very, very bad visual cue. Like, I don't even know the visual cue for those. And so they're kind of inconsistent inherently. But yeah, you can see I got it. So we're going to come up here. And we're going to get the jellyfishing costume. And we're on the jellyfish fields. First, we gotta catch more jellyfish, though. We gotta catch a few that are in the hub world. Because we gotta get our ticket to jellyfish fields. Which, for whatever reason, a jellyfish going around Bikini Bottom has. There's a jellyfish on a cycle here. I took damage from. We got our ticket, so I'm gonna go catch this guy. There's 11. And then there's 2 jellyfish over here. A green one and a blue one. Alright. Now we go over to the bus stop. Jellyfish fields, this level's kind of packed. There's so many jellyfish. In fact, there's 84 jellyfish we should have at the end of it. This first section has 17. The next section has quite a few.
There's nothing like a little playtime in jellyfish fields to make everything right again.
This is home to one of my least favorite tricks in the run. Or actually my most favorite. Just least favorite to do because it's very annoying when you miss it. But we're gonna catch some jellyfish. We don't need to collect any coins. You're gonna see why in a minute. But yeah, so we catch the jellyfish here. Then there's the yellow jellyfish down here. There's a bunch of crouch jumping, a bunch of catching jellyfish. There's another cool section coming up, so try not to get these flowers, they lag the game. And yeah, so there's a thing called funny plant. So there's a plant with like really weird collision. And I just call it funny plant because I could never get it at first. Of course that's different now, but what we want to do, this plant right here. And I didn't get it that time. We can crouch jump off it because as is like weird, like gives you your grounded frames. And then we catch the jellyfish. We come over here and we should be able to just get on top of this. Want to get over here before taking damage. Out of the area. Alright, so this next part is a coin tile skip. The rest of the area is kind of meh, but this part we get to skip a coin, or we get to skip having to collect a bunch of coins. So of course it involves like going out of bounds. There's some invisible walls. That's the most I can say, is that there's invisible walls that I have to jump to. Which I got it first try, so that's awesome. And you can see there's a little tile just here, and we void out. Now there's jellyfish down here we catch. So, catch some jellyfish, and then there's a pearl section. So, not only is this like the coin tile section, but there's also pearls. We opened some treasure chests by putting pearls over some little, whatever you call them, geysers, I don't know. We have to ride some clams up. They make you like jump super high. Come up here, throw the pearl. There's a cycle we can make here. Let's see if we make this. We did make the cool cycle. We probably won't have a good cycle coming back from the second pearl, but we should be able to make it through the area. So here we go. Down. Yep. That's a good enough cycle. If we don't want to wait, then that's the best we can do. And then there's a tile here. Now we drop down, and we got more jellyfish to catch. And then we're on to the big white jelly area, which if you've ever heard of this game, the big white jelly area is probably the one you've heard about. It's that one area where you literally have to wait for like 5 years for something. Okay, so we got all the jellies here. Now we're on to big white jelly. There's a lot of platforming here. This is a really cool level. So, this guy, for anyone who doesn't know how this goes casually, you basically just have to stay on this guy. If you leave him for more than 10 seconds, then the game kind of forces you out and makes you wait again. So, very fun. Took damage. Means we can't really take any more damage. Okay. You can see we kind of just accidentally lost him. Thankfully we weren't too far in, so we go again. Okay, so we're almost back to where we were, believe it or not. I'm gonna jump down. Of course, I know I can. And then there's some more jellies we catch coming up. So we're gonna take damage from this jelly to stay safe. Or we don't have to, but like, yeah, I'm at 1 health. So if we take another health, then we're kind of doomed. I somehow got to stay on top of the jelly there. Because you don't have to get on top of him, you just have to like touch him, kinda. Okay, there's a green jelly coming up, and the cycle's kinda meh. So I'm gonna jump now. Hopefully we made it. This rock is toxic rock. We used it earlier, if you remember. It has really weird collision, just like most things in this game. We're gonna get our underwear back, or our lives back, I should say. Next part's kind of annoying. Big White Jelly is kind of full of a bunch of annoying things to get through, so. We want to make contact with the Big White Jelly again. I'm gonna come back and get that red jelly later. We missed him, unfortunately. And we almost lost our run, so. There's a pink jelly here. We want to get on top of the big white jelly. Not sure if we can do this yet. We're gonna wait for him to come back down just a little bit so we can get on top of him. And we're gonna go get this clam. I guess we're not getting the clam. That sucks. So we're gonna wait for a minute. We're gonna come back and get all of that. Don't worry. There's a tile we missed, and there's a jellyfish we missed. Kind of annoying that we missed all of it, but it is what it is. There's a red jelly. And then we have to come over here and get on top of this clam. We have to basically just jump clams. I don't know why I couldn't get the little glide there. But I couldn't get the glide, so let's try again. This is much better than missing the cycle, by the way. Because, like, you can... Why am I not getting the glide on that? That's really annoying. Okay, I made contact with the ground. So that's what the game wanted me to do. Okay. We can exit this area. Okay, so now we just have to exit. Not a terrible exit. We just have to we have to be facing the wall. And we're out. Alright. Next, we're on to Jellyfish Cliffs. This area is just kind of overloaded. If you see a lot going on, that's because there is a lot going on. We're gonna try and get this double catch. I didn't quite get the double catch, but I got close. Now we're gonna go to this section. You have to get 100 jellyfish. The game's not very clear telling you there's only 84 in jellyfish fields and that you need to go everywhere else and get 100 total jellyfish in the game. So it's really annoying, and it's a complaint that most players have whenever you watch reviews of this game. Okay, we need to find underwear soon. It's not that we're gonna take damage in this next area, but we just want to be safe. Okay, Jellyfish Cliffs. The best part about this level, or this area, is just how much there is. There's a Patrick cycle where we have to catch jellyfish while being Patrick in a race. Oh, that's pretty fun. I'm gonna catch this pink jellyfish. Sorry for going out of my way and catching it, but go. There's a jump that looks kind of scary. In fact, I don't like missing it. It's not that bad, but it looks worse than it is. Then you can catch these green jellies. There's a lot of jellies. Look how many jellies are in this area. This area is just full of them. And we die, so. Yeah. Now we get to go back and do this all again. I wasn't even near that jelly, by the way. I caught him this time. I'm gonna catch this one too. We're approaching the hardest part of the game. You'll see why. There's this clown here, but this clown dies in one hit. Yeah, pretty difficult if you ask me. So this part's kind of annoying. You have to have your stick in neutral when you touch the leaves, or else these jellies kind of just take off on you without your approval. Here we go. Catch this jelly. We get a tile. Okay, there's a whole lot of jellies that we catch. And then we just exit this area. We're done with it until the very end of the level. Oh, there's a red. There's a blue. Sometimes these jellies have really fast cycles as well for some reason. But here we go. 374. There should be 10 in this next area. If there's not 10 and we instead end up with 83, that's not an issue, but we should we need to get a backup later on if we end up with 83. So catch 2, talk to Patrick. He ate one of the tiles, so now you have to go and get the tile. So Patrick was dumb and ate the tile for no reason at all. the jellies. You have to be kind of careful here. If he beats you, then you lose a bunch of time. Which I'm already losing time because I didn't remember half the stuff, or I died. Or no, I died here. I forgot. Okay. I believe we're ending up with 83, so we were one short. Or no, we're ending up with 84, so we're good. We got all the jellies. The clams are kind of weird. You have to crouch jump and then like go into the clam's radius, or else that just doesn't work. And now we're on to this next part where we get the reef blower. We use it here, and we use it in downtown on like a backtracking segment. So there's no more jellies. We talk to this guy. He's like, oh great, you got 100 jellyfish. Then we get to go into the reef blower, and SpongeBob's kind of dumb and doesn't know how to use it. So he kind of blows everything away. Listen to the voice acting of this Rusty guy, the guy who gave us the reef blower.
I've never used one of those before.
From now on, use a changing tent to put on that reef blower.
Listen to his voice acting.
You can press the action button to roll something big with it, or to activate a fan. And some critters are actually afraid of the reef blower, like my poor old racing snails. How will I ever get them back into my corral?
He's crying there.
Don't worry, Rusty. I'll herd all your snails back
Kinda
into
funny.
the corral for you using this.
There's kind of RNG here. It's not terrible RNG. Basically, all these snails just have to be within the radius of the nets. So if they're all in the radius, then we're doing good. I think this green guy is the last one to go. Yeah, there's a vast red one. And this yellow one. Then this black one. So this is kind of bad RNG, but you can see we got it done. Alright, next puzzle. And then we get to do another one of those cutscene skips. Alright, so we get to do a cutscene skip, and then we go to Chum World. Chum World is like the original area in this game. You know, every game in the SpongeBob series has like that one original world that wasn't in anything else. In this one, it's Chum World. And honestly, they did a good job with Chum World. That's like the most optimized level, except for this one area called Chum Putt. Thankfully, we don't have to do like the casual way of Chum Putt, but we have to do like a bunch of really difficult skips. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get onto this jelly. Doesn't take off without us. And we're gonna do a skip similar to how we did the ones before this. So I probably could have gone to that guy, but who cares besides me? So what we're doing, I'm up here, and the chest is way back here. We got that skip, very nice. Now we get to exit this area, and we're gonna do like a mini skip. I think it saves 10 seconds if you get the chest skip. Oh, we're gonna exit here. here. So instead of going straight to the bus stop, we're gonna go and take a little detour. It's stuck in this rock. We're gonna try and like clip out of bounds here. Thanks for good luck. I don't remember the camera angle, but we clipped out, you can see, so we slam. Puts us right by the bus stop. Very neat. Or wait, we split whenever we get to the bus stop. Not there. We're gonna go, actually we're going this way. I don't know why I did a circle around the bus stop. Larry is very rude to us here. And he wants us to bring him some jellyfish. But we need 50 jellyfish. Here we go, we're going to Chum World. Boom. I call this ratio clip. Big Top's kind of a bad level. So I just like call it ratio everything. This clip's similar to what we did with the hive acorn thing earlier.
Look out, Chum World.
We
Here
have to
I
move
come.
the stick at a very specific time after we pick up an item. So in this part, we're picking up beach balls.
What do all you underkeep?
So pick up a beach ball, and we go to the Big Top area. Usually you have to get the Mermaid Man costume and talk to the clown and destroy targets, but we don't want to do that. We want to just get in there. Go. Flip right in. This part is a bunch of cycles. The most annoying part is just like, there's a bunch of moving little curtains and we have to jump on top of them. Pink jelly, we just have to basically catch this pink jelly. So I'm gonna wait for the pink jelly. Right back down. Catch him. And there's this green. So get up here. Now you can see this goes like in and out. And as it's going in and out, we have to like jump onto it. Which I was early. Sometimes it does like a weird cycle where it does like, it goes back in really fast. We want to try and avoid that. Here we go, we're getting on the hook. Jump off. Get on this hook. And we want to wait until it leaves because it goes slightly up. And then we want to like do a turn jump. Catch the jelly. This is similar to the last one. We want to jump onto it when it's in like a very specific cycle. And then we want to catch this pink jellyfish. So I'm gonna wait for the cycle. Boom, there we go. We're gonna fly off. I unfortunately missed. Fine. You have to slant. You have to crouch jump here. There's no way around it. And then you have to crouch jump up these stairs. I don't know what they were thinking, but up. Get the tile. And then catch this green. We're gonna leave the area now. Okay, catch these jellies, and then we're on to, I call this Squid Games. It's just the carnival area, like a general carnival area. Basically, we just have to catch jellyfish and get to the other side of it. There's a few tiles as well, but... Okay, I guess take damage from the pink jellyfish while we're at it. Okay, so we want to jump to the Ferris wheel. And and we have to wait for a second to get to the top. And then we get to go catch this green jelly. This green jelly is really annoying. I don't like it that much, but... Then there's this blue jelly. Sometimes this blue jelly gets caught on the bottom of the platform for some reason. I don't know. Then there's this jelly that's in a really good cycle. Basically, any time that jelly's like there, it's in a good cycle. So now we get to catch this green jelly. Now we're on to the hardest trick in the run. This is called Chum Putt Skip. We're skipping 2 tiles. So we're collecting the jellyfish and the coin tiles. And this saves like 3 minutes over not doing it. And this is by far like the thing that people need to practice the most, that people say is the hardest. Hopefully I can get it fairly fast. If not, whatever. At the end of the world. So we have to get on here. And we're jumping up to this pipe. We have to adjust the camera into a kinda sorta specific area. I have to go for the backup. Usually you get like a jump and you can get onto the pipe. I didn't get that, so we have to hope that the camera doesn't freak out, which it did. So we get a second try at this. You can basically get that. It's kind of inconsistent. The camera freaks out if you do it wrong. So I went for the pipe jump. Try again. The camera freaks out here. Like, you have to adjust the camera to be in a kind of sort of specific position. Here we are on top of the pipe. We have to get a crouch as we fall off the pipe. So I'm gonna like spam crouch while like tapping down every time. Here we go. And we're gonna get the first tile. Octa the Clown. And then we have to get a second tile that's out of bounds. We have to get some jellyfish on the way. There's a pink jellyfish. He wasn't on a good cycle there, but he wasn't on like the worst cycle ever, so. Get this blue, green. We basically do the same stuff again for the first half of this, and the second half is a little different. And we have to get that tile we got and not the second tile, because you'll talk to the clown that we just talked to if you try and get the second tile first. Thankfully, we can like fall down and there's no like crazy nonsense that happens. So we're gonna abuse the system where when you turn, you get more momentum, and we're gonna try and glide and get this tile, which you can like barely get, which I got it there. That's pretty neat. And then we're on to the mini game with the beach balls. That beach ball we used to get into Big Top. We're actually gonna use the beach balls to clog up a little boat here. This guy, you talk to him again.
What do all you keep?
You can see like the auto assist, the aimbot, whatever, is like really good. That you can like miss really bad and it'll still go in. This anchor's kind of in the way, but this guy goes off into the abyss. He kind of doesn't like his job, I guess you could say. Here we go. We're on to downtown. So this is the reason we needed the reef blower, is that there's a section in downtown where you get to like collect trash. Think of your favorite video game or your least favorite video games. Be ready for some video game roasting here. So we have to get a checkpoint on the way. But this area, it's fairly chill. It's like a really interesting way to have a little pause from all the action. We're gonna do around here. If we see the text to go into high rise, then we know we got it. You can see high rise this way. So we got the checkpoint. Just want to continue. Alright, so first game that's going in the trash, Valorant. Bye-bye. No one likes you. I believe that we're supposed to die here, but I don't, yeah, we're supposed to get this trash. No, we're supposed to die, sorry. This area is kind of confusing, that's why I kind of forgot for a second. Next game, Genshin Impact. Say goodbye. It was absolutely terrible. Game I know a lot of people hate that I don't. League of Legends. Bye bye. Continue up here. What do we got next? This game, casually. The speedrun's pretty cool, but this game casually is kind of a bust. Like, you don't want to play this game casually. What do we got next? I don't know. There's only one more game, and I like doing that one last. So, go. Take a guess at what game's last. 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, Fortnite. Yeah, so all the bad video games are gone. That means that the run's blessed. Congratulations. Alright, so now we're going to the next chest skip area. I've never missed this one, surprisingly. I believe this is the one where like they kidnap Sandy. I've never missed it. I've always been like early every time I try it. Okay. Here we go. We're back in the construction area, which I bet you probably thought you'd never see again. High rise is probably more likely to be seen than this. Basically just want to get to the treasure chest. It's not that far, actually. Alright, I missed it. Oh well. It means we get to watch one of the cutscenes and see one of the gross things that they pull out. So you get to see a bunch of hair. I think I have to skip this. Yeah, I have to skip this split.
There we go. Everything's spick and span the way it should be.
So here's Sandy. Which, if you're wondering, Squidward gets kidnapped in the tree dome area.
Stay back, you no good ghost wrangler, cause I've got a knuckle sandwich with your name on it.
See, listen to how she sounds. She sounds kind of like emotionless.
When I can just hypnotize you into obedience.
The Dutchman's like amazing. So you're gonna see we're gonna be back inside SpongeBob's house. And we're gonna go into Goo Lagoon. Hopefully we have enough jellyfish. We should. Thankfully, Goo Lagoon's like quite close. We talked to Larry. He has like a tile on his belt. Don't know why, but yeah, that exists. And we're actually not going to get the jellyfishing net here. You can see we had enough. So we got the bus ticket and we're on to Goo Lagoon. This area is kind of cool to like end a speedrun. There's just a lot of gimmicky things in it.
Goo Lagoon.
The sand, the surf. There is nothing like being at the ocean. Except being under the ocean. So, we're gonna collect some money. We actually get the jellyfishing net here. There's only one use for it that you're gonna see later on. Because we do not need jellyfish to end the game. Take damage from that yellow.
Are you looking for trouble?
And up we go. We're gonna go up here. Get some money. There's a tile up here actually. We're gonna slam down and talk to Larry. And Larry does this really awkward walk away. Then we collect some more money. We're gonna like take a weird route. I believe we need to get this dollar too. Oh yeah, we need to get these two. And then we just die. Now we're going to Lighthouse. Lighthouse is a pretty alright section.
No running on the
There's a 2 tile skip, which skips the coin and the jelly tiles. For whatever reason, the coin and jelly tiles are right by each other out of bounds. So we can just jump to them and like collect them. There's a little skip here. It saves like 3 seconds if we get it and doesn't lose, just like whatever if we miss it, which I missed it. Because I saw that cutscene. But yeah, so there's just some tiles out of bounds for seemingly no reason. That we're just gonna go and collect. So we have to position the camera in a kind of specific area. This should be good. And you can see we got both of them. That's awesome. And we get to go over here. And this is the only reason we needed the jellyfishing net, was to activate that one hook. That one hook was the only reason we needed it. So now we platform up. We just need to get to like the top of this. We're gonna get some money on the way. And we just crouch jump our way up. You can see like the weirdest collision in that little hill there. Up we go. This sign has like the weirdest collision. Thankfully we got on top of it fairly quick. And we get to go talk to Larry. So Larry, like I said, he's very rude in this game. So we actually want to get something from him, but he's like, no way, and he just like jumps off. I don't know where he goes, but I don't know what that was. But just that jump's kind of tight. That's why I was like trying to stand like as far forward as I could, because I'm always scared of missing that jump. So here's Larry. Now we have to go and get a tile that's over here. And then we leave this area, thankfully. With not too much damage being done. You can see there was like a little bit from missing that cutscene skip, but it wasn't too much. Not the end of the world, that's for sure. Okay, so now what we do is we collect some money and we have to go to Larry's shipwreck. Almost done with the run, by the way. This is like the last full area we go to because there's like a backtrack area we go to after this. I'll talk to Larry. He's gonna lower an anchor. And we go up on the anchor. There's some cycles we have to make here. If we don't make the cycles, then we have to wait a bunch. This jump's kind of annoying. I'm probably gonna miss it. Yep. 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 I think I'm too far. The camera kind of went weird. Did some weird stuff. You technically don't have to do this jump. I'm just gonna attempt it a few more times. There we go. You can just go around. That was probably faster than what I just did there, but I like to show off that jump, so. Now we have this thing slowly falling onto us. And we can try and jump on these hooks, which if you see dust, that means that like we landed. And we got some grounded frames. But didn't get the jump. Waiting's over. Slam down. We're on to the fight. This is very similar to the Sandy fights, except Larry can actually like do an AoE attack where he just attacks everything around him. Kind of a dumb move if you ask me. But he's not that difficult to beat. I could see a baby losing to this, or like someone who's young. In fact, I probably did when I was younger, because I've owned this game my whole life. Although I owned it on the PS2, which, as I said, randomly crashes. And I actually rebought the game because I thought my disc was broken. Which, yeah. Then I found out that that didn't work either. And so, yeah, kinda sucks. From what I understand of the situation with the PS2 though, it's dependent on the PS2 you have. I think that it's like the fat PS2s don't work with it and the slims do. We're done with the Larry fight. Go up. And we're on to Pier. I call this area scary area because there's some really scary stuff that happens here. But we have to collect some money. We need $300 to get into Pier in the first place. We should be at like 220, 230 right now. No, we were at 190. That's alright. I think that's the number we should be at, actually. There's a weird wall here. Like, for whatever reason, half this wall just has like a wall you can jump off of. We jump off that wall. Go and collect some more money.
I thought I told you to slow down.
Collect this money. And we can use this to get on top of this umbrella. And jump up here. And jump over here. Nice and easy.
Get off the beach, runt.
There's also a lifeguard jump you can do, but I took a different route there, and that lifeguard jump is extremely finicky, so. We got $300, so let's go talk to the lifeguard, or the guy over here. This guy's the same guy that gave us the reef blower, by the way. There's a skip called Pier Early you can do here. It saves about a minute, but it's extremely precise, and for the current moment, only tasks can do it. But with practice, I think that some of the other runners could do it.
Hey,
Which actually was
no
found in
running on the
2022.
beach.
So it's really recent. A bunch of walls have weird collision. That's what you just saw there. Also, your eyes are probably bleeding because this level is at 15 FPS for some of
No
it.
running on the beach. Are you looking
And
for
it's getting a
trouble?
little better. Like, the further you go into Pier, the better the FPS gets.
Get off the beach.
Here we
runt.
go. So, we have a cutscene. We basically watch the Dutchman come in, and
I see the boat now.
you get chased away on the pier. In regular casual play, you have to, like, exit the pier,
Closer.
and then you come back, and it's like, there's a bunch of nonsense here.
Not slowing down.
But we're not gonna have to do that. There's a tile you probably saw in the cutscene there. And we basically abuse the walls again. The fact that the boat has collision.
Getting really close. Still not slowing down.
Hopefully I can get this first try. Sometimes it's really weird trying to like angle myself and get this.
Move legs. Hurry.
We want to get on top of this pole. And we want to wait until we take damage. And we crouch jump. Here we go. Just hold straight. Yep, first try. Let's go. Now we're on to another puzzle. And then we're on to the treasure segment. This is probably the hardest treasure segment to hit. So, you see like, there's a bunch of ticket stuff here. And Larry's just kind of floating. I don't know why Larry's just kind of floating, but he is. Here we go. We're on to the treasure segment.
Bring it around town.
If I miss this, oh well. If I hit this, awesome. If I miss this though, then I don't go for the Chum World one. If I hit this, then I do go for it. It loses time to hit one, miss one. In most cases. We're actually gonna ride this wall again. Which I didn't get the invisible wall part. I was probably a little too far forward. Here we go. I paused a little late there. So unfortunately we miss it. Then we go to Chum World. There's some inflation going on here, so don't look up anything with inflation online unless it's about the economy, because your eyes are gonna kind of hurt if you do so. In this part, no one gets kidnapped. You exit, and the Dutchman's actually gonna try and kidnap you, but like you're invincible, kinda. So because we've collected a bunch of treasure. Man.
Time has come for you to join
Go.
my ghostly crew.
Fear not, my little friend. Remember what the book said? The treasures you have found will protect you from his magic.
Show some respect
So yeah,
for
he
your
kidnaps you or tries to kidnap you while Squidward's sleeping in the back. Which, funnily enough, you missed a Tree Dome cutscene, Skip. Then you get double
His
Squidward.
powers have
But
become as limp as
did the Dutchman
steel
actually
string.
kidnap Squidward?
Hey, go easy on me.
I don't know. The world may never know.
To me, but who
That's
is?
one of like the mysteries
Go
of the world
SpongeBob,
right
go
now.
Self.
But do not be overconfident. You must still find the remaining treasures if you're going to break the Dutchman's spell over your friends.
You'll never find
You'll
all
never
my
find all of them, bruh. So now we just want to go back to Chum World. We don't need to get the jellyfishing net. So you actually get to hear this music and the Chum World music for a little bit. I know there's that one person that hates the jellyfishing music and heard it way too much this run. Like I said, there's some inflation going on. That's what's gonna happen. And then we chase after Plankton. Plankton's kind of slow, so it's not that difficult to chase after him. So, this guy. Chum World is literally a carnival. Like, every tile in this level is just a mini game. And then there's that Chum Putt section, which is supposed to be mini golf. Unfortunately, it was kind of done wrong. And you can see that guy kind of hated his job as well and just went into the water. Like that one earlier in that ball game. So you can see Plankton's not that hard to catch up to. Easy. Now we're gonna get the tile here. And we don't do the tile skip. Or the treasure skip, I mean. Which... I was pretty good with treasure skips this game. Or this run. And then we're on to the final section of the game, Dutchman's Graveyard. This area is kind of strange. When you think of Dutchman's Graveyard, you probably think of something from like BFBB. Or probably from maybe, I don't know. But that's not what this game has for Dutchman's Graveyard. It's kind of terrible. But, I mean, final level definitely works. Go, we're just gonna walk straight up to the chest. Simple platforming. And boom, we're at the chest. Open it. There's some like hook thing in here, like a arm or a back scratcher or something. So now we get a little cutscene just of like the Dutchman actually trying to bomb SpongeBob's house or something. Very unfortunate. There's a bunch of barrels that fall, so.
Begging your pardon, Captain, but we've located the little.
And these
pirate
guys
who's been
appear.
giving
These
the
guys who have
Arabs
like the
trouble.
sticks. You're gonna see them a lot.
Shall we continue moving our cargo down below? Nay! Over the side!
This part looks kind of cool, actually. I like this cutscene and how it looks. Here we go. You have to exit through the back door. And you can take damage from barrels. Okay, so now we're on to the cannon.
Look there.
Now,
Literally just press B and you go into the cannon. Right, so all SpongeBob's friends have kind of been kidnapped. Look at what Graveyard looks like.
Gary, Patrick, Sandy. Well,
There's a
I
whole
tried,
bunch of
but it looks
nets.
like no one's here.
You're gonna see a bunch of that here.
Press up, little fellow.
This
Your
is just
friends
like
are
collecting a
counting
bunch of
on you now
treasures.
more than ever. Only you can save
Kind
them
of an
from the
underwhelming
revenge
way
of the
to
Dutchman.
like have a final area.
You're right. I've come too far
But
to let
so
you
well.
down now. No.
Collect coins. Get the net. The music's kind of good though. I like collecting this jellyfish before talking to the guy up here. Some people do it after. I don't like having to deal with that later. These guys, in this area, if you play this game casually, they make a bunch of like booty jokes. Haha, very funny. Made me laugh. We catch the pink jellyfish right here, because we can't catch him later because we're gonna have our hands full of treasure. We want to jump with the treasure, just like the Mr. Krabs orders. We're slower with when we have it. So we get onto this torpedo thing, and that's torpedo jump. It's One of the cooler parts of this area. So let's hope that the game doesn't crash. I should probably save indeed, because if the game crashes, that's bad. So I'm gonna save after we do this jump, just as like a precautionary measure. I'm actually gonna pause and like save. You usually don't do this in a run, but we don't want the game to crash and then have to go all the way back to Jellyfish Fields. So here we go. Because it can crash. It can and it will crash. It's kind of RNG, I think. You can see we made that cycle and got some jumps. Pretty neat. Like the pants. And we're gonna get the treasure and walk back to the guy. We have to make sure to avoid these barrels. You will lose the treasure if you hit the barrels. I don't know why or how I just got hit by that, but hey, a fireball hit me. I'm gonna wait for this thing to come down. No, I probably didn't have to. You're not to get hit by barrels. If there's anything you remember about this, it's not to get hit by barrels. Okay, and then we can give this guy his treasure. He's gonna give us a tile while running back to his door. These guys just like run away. I guess they all like collect in the first area for some reason. Oh yeah, there's something pretty cool that you never see again. So this is the third area. We're gonna talk to this guy, collect this jelly. We actually take damage. So there's this thing that spins. You take damage if you're in those green things. What we're gonna do though is we're gonna take damage from this green jelly and we're gonna use it and jump off of it. That's the only time you see that in the run. And honestly, it's a really cool concept. It's kind of tough to do though. And you need to have like the right setup for it, of course. I get all the doubloons. We want to have 75 by the time we're done. At least. And so we're gonna jump from this. Hopefully I make this. Yep, we made it. It's kind of a tight jump. You can see like we had to kind of spin around and get the momentum for it. Here we go. Third area done. Game didn't crash. I've had the game crash on PB pace, by the way. Like, I think when I was on PB pace to beat this run, it crashed. This PB I have, unfortunately. Okay, we should get enough. Jump over here. And we need this jellyfish, and then we're done with jellies. And then we just need 2 more coins. And then we're done with coins. This jump's kind of annoying. I'm gonna try again. I didn't get the jump. So we just go again. You can land on these anchors. It's not necessarily annoying. It's pretty cool that you can actually. Because that would just be annoying trying to navigate this area and have to die to anchors. There we go. There's these boxes that go up and down. You want to try and get on a good cycle with these and not like a bad one like we just got. Okay, so this cannon takes us to the final thing, and this is Among Us again. The doors have like a Among Us crewmate, and he doesn't even walk into the door. I don't know what kind of thing that guy's on, but Pretty cool, I guess. Okay. Now we're on to the treasure chest section. This is the longest treasure chest section, but we don't have to do the chest skip. It soft locks if you do the chest skip, so don't do it here. Go. Pop. You can see that as like a treasure chest that's like halfway on the screen. I don't know. Okay, so now what we do, we basically just go through all the cannons. Nothing too big. You can overshoot the platforms we have to get to. We try not to do that, but it can happen if you're not careful. Which also, even though this is never used in the speedrun, you can actually like cinch treasure by pressing B with this. And if you're pointing in the right direction, your controller vibrates and it makes a noise. The game makes a noise, I should say. Right into the door. Here. And then we go to the rings. Kind of a cool like recollection of memories of this level. So open the treasure chest. We get like a picture of the Dutchman's mom or something. I don't know. Now we're on to Learn to Fly. You're gonna kind of see why I named the split Learn to Fly. They didn't really bother like whatever this game. They kind of just released it and yeah. So here's Squidward. He just walks off. For some reason when they see you, they like go onto a ship and you have to like rescue them. So down this box. Patrick's here. Watch what Patrick does. Whoop! Flies away. They didn't even try to like make that a thing. Where he just like does things naturally. So we have to jump up here. Sandy, you can see she just kind of like makes an S going away. You can see her in the background there at the end of that cutscene. Mr. Krabs. You can see they're just like going to the ship or something. And last but not least, we have Gary. So here we go. There's something called one cycle here. Whether or not I'm gonna get it, who knows? But we go out of bounds in this section. This is the final boss. And there's a lot of talking, but we gotta throw 3 bombs at him. And if we do that, then we win. Hopefully he gets the right spawn. It's kind of RNG whether or not he wants to spawn in the right place. So we want him to spawn on the left side, not the right side, coming up in this section. Basically, SpongeBob thinks he's invincible, then the French narrator has to come in and remind him that like he's not. And then yeah, so fun game.
The book you borrowed from Squidward was not completely accurate. In fact, it was a little out of date. According to the new
Watch the Dutchman and how he looks. He's pretty funny.
Mostly immune to the Dutchman's powers.
He looks like he's like gaining power or something. Which I don't know why he wants to fight you so bad, but
I'm not ready.
You don't stand a chance, SquarePants.
so we come to here, crouch jump, and we stand in this area. It's not very specific. Hopefully he spawns on the left side.
Flying Dutchman.
he does, so we can get 1 cycle. We want to pick up this bomb, and we want to throw it. Pick up the bomb, throw it. Pick up the bomb, and throw it. And boom, that's 1 cycle. And that was a gold on the split, so awesome ending. But yeah, that's Revenge of the Flying Dutchman 80%. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely liked all the skips, Trump Putt skip.
Where are we going now, SpongeBob?
Yeah, so
I don't know,
have a good
Patrick.
day.
What do you
I'll
think,
see you
Mr.
next
Krabs?
time. Bye-bye.
To the